So, Kullervo, or Kullervo as they insist to call him, and I will never call him that because that sounds wrong for some reason. You've been suggesting this Warframe for a while, and not in a make a video about him kind of way, but in a you should try this Warframe out kind of way. So thanks for suggesting him, because I love him. I love him so much. He's absolutely fucking insane and so fun, and I love him so much. And he just might straight up just be my new favorite frame in the entire game. And I love him. But he's too strong for me. He's too strong. He's just overpowered. Which means, of course, that I had to make some adjustments to make him fit a stupid playstyle that I decided on, to not feel guilty about nuking entire rooms. Because that's what I do. That's the kind of idiot that I am. So, before going into the changes that I did to him, let's go into what you should do if you just wanna abuse his power. Because you can absolutely just do this. So, this is the standard build for him. It doesn't fit anymore completely because I changed some polarities so I can get my own build onto it. But first thing, regarding survivability, he just health tanks. He has no shield, but he has stupid amounts of health and stupid amounts of armor, so you just use full Umbra build. You might need an Umbral Forma for this build, but I didn't need it to fit the whole build. Like when I had the correct polarities here, it didn't have any trouble fitting the whole build because I don't have the Umber mods fully leveled. But if you have, you need the Umber Forma for this build to fit. Like there's no other way. I even had to use Steel Charge to get more capacity, and it fit like at 0 capacity. So yeah, you might need to think about that. But just with the Umbra mods, you are extremely fucking tanky. With adaptation, you are even more fucking tanky. And Kullervo has a buffer for adaptation because he can use recompense to get Overguard, which, while you're losing it, it charges adaptation, and then when you just lose it, you're so fucking tanky, it doesn't make any sense. And I subsume over his 4 because it's cool to get some damage, and it's cool to get some combo counter going on, but I think it's definitely his worst ability, so I just use Blood Altar from Garuda, and this heals him, and it was to just make him slightly less overpowered than if I was using Gloom, because you could use Gloom. And this makes his setup just too fucking easy. It's just too fucking easy to do, and you cannot die. And you get Multi Augmented to get even more ability strength, so you get more healing here, and you get more Overguard, and you get more damage transfer on his 3, and this Warframe is just insane. You could honestly just even drop Our Reach and use Overextended here, and it wouldn't matter because you would be using Multi Augmented anyways. And on his Exilus mod, I was using Cunning Drift when it fit, but it doesn't anymore. But that's what I would recommend to use. Maybe if you're more than comfortable enough with the range that Overextended gives, you can maybe add just Power Drift and get even more power. But like this is just this Warframe doesn't make any fucking sense, because you can just use this and you use one attack and they all fucking die. And that's what he does, and you shouldn't be surprised because this Warframe has been out for a while and you've probably seen videos about him, so I'm not gonna dwell too much about this build because this is not my build, this is not what I use. And just in case you wanna take a look at the survivability, like... For some reason, they don't attack all at the same time, but and for some reason, they are scared of me right now, and they're not attacking, but yeah. Like, he's not gonna die. Like, he's too strong. he's just too damn fucking strong. Like, he doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, that's what a heavy Nikana Prime does. A heavy attack Nikana Prime does. Like, so yeah, so he's absolutely fucking bonkers and ridiculous. But this is not the way I use him. This is not the way I use him. So, let me show you my dishonorable build. Okay. And of course I need to swap my drip. I need to swap my drip. Yeah, much better. Okay. So, I was taking a look at his kit and I realized that you can hold your one and make like a teleport, like a really quick teleport, like a blink almost. And that has to be the coolest movement ability in the entire game. And I'm not sure. It reminds me of something. I have it in the tip of my tongue, but it doesn't come to me yet. But that reminds me of something, and that looks really cool, right? And the way that you can link the enemies, so what happens to one of them happens to the others, and what happens to them is generally death. You know, that again, like that feels dishonorable. You know, something about whiskey and cigars. Something about drip, knives, teleports, assassinations. I'm just gonna drop the fucking joke. This is Kouro. This is Kouro from Dishonored. You got the blink. You got the fucking insane crit with slashes. Okay? You can just teleport around and be really fucking sneaky and cool. And you can link the enemies, so what happens to one happens to the rest of them. Okay? And you have a really cool fucking knife. And also, you can assassinate targets. And that happens. So, now that I spilled the fucking beans on my build, let me show you what this does and how do I play them. So this is my actual build. And as you can see, it's really similar to the normal one, which I might change over time. But the point of this build is to have less range than what would be considered meta. So I need to think more about my positioning whenever I use my 3. Because it goes like in a cone. So you need to get into an advantageous position with him before using his 3. Because you have less range. Which means you will be more likely to use his 1 as a movement tool to get a better position and assassinate targets. And of course, to assassinate them, you use silence from Banshee, which is also a panic button to be able to get away if you're fucked, which you won't be because you're too tanky. But in case you are, you can just press the panic button and get away and reposition. And you need to use Savage Silence because this does 600% finisher damage, which then gets applied in an 85% conversion rate to the rest of the poor souls that you linked with your 3. And then you just kill them all. The other changes that I have is, well, because I'm gonna be more active in my game plan, I don't need that much duration, but I'm gonna spam a lot more. So if I don't need the duration and I need to spam a lot more, Fleeting Expertise is a no-brainer with my playstyle, and I still use Energize because I wanna keep spamming shit, but I changed the other Arcane for Arcane Strike, because this allows me to use any dumb shit I want in my melee weapon, and I will still be able to attack really quickly and play melee, because playing melee fucks in Warframe. It fucks. And of course, even if the rest of my build is still shit, it doesn't matter because that's what his one does. It does not only give you the red crit initially in the big attack. Like with this build, it gives you almost 10 seconds of having additive 300 crit. So you could get a melee weapon with 0 crit. And after you use this, you're doing red crits. So that is strong. That is quite fucking strong. And just because I like it so much, I wanna be really fast. The endurance drift is useful. You can just hear whatever the fuck you want, but I like to be fast, and I had some slight problems with his energy. Slight. So I thought this might fix it. And also, I added this. So I have just a little bit more range. Would I change anything about this build? Maybe I would add some casting speed to be able to do his combo faster. Because with this build, Kullervo has a combo, which I use to completely decimate group of enemies. And that's what I use. And Ceramic Dagger, you can take a look at the build. It doesn't matter. Like you can use whatever the fuck you want in your melee weapon, and it's gonna be useful unless it's a Mark 1 bow. It's gonna murder the fuck out of enemies. So you don't need the premier. You don't need the premier stat stick in this game. You don't need it. But I like it because it fits the style of having like a small knife and assassinating enemies, and I love the animations of assassination because from the front you throw the knife to their head and then completely decimate them whenever you get close. That looks cool as fuck. But if you go from behind, you go like, it's so good. It's so good. Whiskey and cigars tonight, boys. Whiskey and cigars tonight. Also, I have this, which is completely overkill and not needed at all. But you can use it if you want. Also, I use Tenokai because sometimes I'm in the middle of a combo and I don't want the combo to go slower by pressing my 1, because using Tenokai is still faster than using his 1 to make a quick attack, at least with this build. So that's the reason I have Tenokai. You don't need this either. Like, you don't need this. And also, if you use Life Strike, you won't ever have to worry about survivability ever again. Like, ever again. Because you're gonna be strong attacking all the time with this motherfucker. Either with Tenokai or with his 1, so it's just dirty, man. It's just stupid. Let me get some energy. So these enemies think they can do anything. So, oh, hello! Let me get away from you. And then they go to investigate, but it's no problem at all, because I am fucking Kullervo and I can just protect the queen, you know? It's so cool, bro. This Warframe is so fucking cool. This Warframe is so cool. He's oh my god, like big muscly dudes and sneaky motherfuckers with knives are the peak of literature. Let me tell you that, bro. Oh my god, he's so good. I love him so much. And also, like this knife fucks. By the way, this knife kind of. Like, the assassination animation is just too cool, bro. And then you get away from them, they get affected again. I love this Warframe so much. I love this Warframe so much. So thanks for the people that suggested him, and welcome welcome to a world where you can AoE with melee and blink in Warframe. I would detail extremes. If you can add like a sound pack for him, or like a skin that has a similar sound to the blink in Dishonored, to his 1, I will fucking pay $30 for that shit. I will. Just for that, I will. A skin that looks like kind of regal, and with a good fucking suit, like, Just give me a skin. Just give me a fucking skin. I'll pay whatever the fuck you want. I'll open my... I open my legs for you. Like, I don't care. This Warframe is too good. He's too cool. Oh my god. So, hope you enjoyed this silly fucking video. And I'll see you on the next one, which might have something to do with tasting metal and my Le Bomb might kill the people. Goodbye.